Yes, people, what up? It's me, Prime. Welcome to the first XI. Welcome back to Next Gen. With me, I have.
Me.
What's up,
Hello,
good
everyone.
people? All good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
All good.
I mean, you guys have names, but it's fine. You can say your names.
Well, they know
Well,
who we are. I'm Will.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But how do we
if
know
you don't
if?
know who we are, I'm Alex and he is Will.
Yeah.
Anyways, Man City are officially Premier League champions because. Actually, did you guys watch the game that just happened?
Yeah, it was really
Uh,
awful, of an awful quality. Really awful.
Yeah. I was kind of excited. I thought it was gonna be a good game. When the first two goals came in, quite at the start of the game, man, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a good game." I think. But then after, man, the game was just boring. It's got Leicester's quality, like they just got lucky from a corner. They just got from a corner, but to be honest, they weren't really playing that well. So.
Yeah, they weren't the best. Not really that good at all, to be honest. Sionku was how we got done for that Greenwood goal. Jesus God. I mean, he came back though, scored the winner. So I guess fair play to him. But yeah, Ollie obviously didn't care about this game. He obviously just wanted to beat Liverpool.
Yeah, Ronaldo started. Van de Beek and a lot of heavy rotation. Juan Mata.
Yeah, the whole team.
Yeah.
But I mean, they may not have been able to get over the line, but they did win at the weekend. They were 1-0 down against Aston Villa. They managed to managed to make a comeback. What were your thoughts on that game?
I watched parts of it. It was one of those games where if United games at the moment, they're not going to drop out a second. But they're definitely not going to drop out of the top four. Ollie's done a decent job this year. They're in a final. There's not really much to United games at the moment. They've got nothing really to play for in the league. So, but yeah, it was a good comeback. Greenwood with a nice finish. It was a good game overall for Man United. They just got the job done. Fair performance.
Alex, they were two, maybe three penalty incidents or incidents in the box per se. Anyway, what were your thoughts on the Douglas Luiz on Paul Pogba? You think that was a penalty?
Yeah, 100%. It was clumsy. It was clumsy. That game. Yeah, no, there was points. Look, with penalties nowadays, it's so. I guess the whole point of VAR and the whole referee decision still has to improve because the whole scenario is like it's all meant about being clear and obvious, but like what's the margin and like what's the limitations of like if the decision is the correct one or the incorrect one. But yeah, some of the decisions, the proper one was correct. And I guess now it's just because my only worry with these refs is that if the ref doesn't give the penalty, I don't think VAR would like go and say, "Oh, okay, you might want to have a look again." If the referee usually gives the penalty, then it always gets overturned. But I never ever tend to see so many times where the referee wouldn't give a penalty, and then they'll think, okay, we'll stick with his decision. So a good example for me, to be honest, I think the Sterling one, right? I think it could have been given as a penalty because other games could have been given in other games. That type of kind of challenge could have been given. Do I think it was a foul? No, but I did see it given in other games and this year, and I think if the referee blew its whistle and gave the penalty and it went to VAR and they looked at it, they would have given a penalty, right? But because it's not clear and obvious, the referee said no penalty, then VAR can't say it's because it's not clear and obvious mistake. So they have to improve on those parts because it's not clear. And to be honest, I'll be an advocate to have the referees like in rugby, for example, hear what the referees are talking about. Because like I think it would actually be entertaining for fans in a way. Yes, there'll be more pressure on refs, but like they already have enough pressure in the game, so why not do it? You know what I mean? Like it would be actually be quite entertaining in general, like especially like for big decisions. Maybe not those decisions where it's like a foul that's obvious, but for like big decisions, like if it's a VAR controversy or an offside or parts like that. And to be honest, hopefully things can change. And I think VAR is still a good thing in football. I think it's just the referees that need to improve how to use it.
Yeah, they just need to be consistent with how they
Yeah.
rule decisions. That's what they've
Yeah.
got. That's what they've got to be as consistent.
I mean, maybe it doesn't help them. The pressure that the referees face. But do you think it's just a thing of the FA? Because you look at other countries, I haven't heard of any VAR problems. And I mean, I don't watch it as proof. I don't watch other leagues necessarily as much as I would watch the Premier League, but I do watch when I can. I watch Italian football, so I'll watch Napoli play if I can, or Juve or whatever. I'll watch in Germany. I'll watch Leipzig or Dortmund or Bayern. In Spain, I'll try and watch Real Madrid or Atletico. So in France, PSG lost their league. I'll watch PSG or whatever team I can. So, but I don't really hear of any VAR controversies or big complaints. So,
Like,
sorry, Alex.
I've watched some Serie A this season because also like I've been supporting Inter since I was young, so I've been watching the season. Yeah, VAR's a bit better there, but there's still some very unclear decisions that have been made. I think just the reason, the difference is that in Italy or in other countries, they're just more clear on the understanding, and if you like, they're more consistent. That's the only difference, but they still give questionable decisions. But it's more of a clear understanding of what it's a foul and not a foul, and they stick to those rules. And there's no in the UK or just in the Premier the past year or 2 years. It's been fluctuating a lot. You know, this and then this rule is going to change, and then this rule actually now we're going to be more lenient. Actually, now the handball this might not be a foul anymore. It keeps changing, and look, to be honest, I kind of feel sorry for the refs also in general. Like the refs have to improve, but I think also for the referees and I think the problem is not actually the referee on the pitch, but it's actually those people that actually are in Stockley Park actually trying to come up with the right decision, because they're the ones seeing the video, right? Yes, they could tell the ref to always go to the monitor, but you can't send the ref every single time to the monitor. You can't. If you're on, you could do that, but it's going to delay the game. So they should be able to have more guts to tell the referee, look, you've made a mistake. You should go and check it, right? And they've been doing that a bit this year better, but it can still improve. So, yeah, look, I think we all know what things they should improve on, to be honest.
Yeah, well,
don't you guys think that maybe like the FA or something, they should like we need like more younger refs that would actually know more how to use the technology in a way.
Maybe.
Like, I understand experience and it's important in the Prem, but at the same time they should just to become a referee. Like I did some refereeing myself when I was younger. Like obviously you have to start from the ground. You know, you have to start from the conference. You have to start from the bottom all the way to the top, right? But shouldn't there be maybe like some kind of school, some kind of place where you can go and be a professional referee, but learn at a very high level? So you wouldn't have to start at the bottom. I don't know. You start in the championship, for example, and then you can lead your way up to the Prem. Because sometimes these older referees maybe just are not able to use kind of the technology sometimes.
Maybe as well how the game has changed as well over the years. You know, people that are younger are more used to these sort of rules, so maybe that could be down to it as well. But as long as they're just consistent, it doesn't really matter. Well, it does matter to a certain extent, but it doesn't really matter about odd rule changes here and there, because that's always going to happen. But as long as they're consistent with it,
Yeah,
then that's what they've got to be.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Okay, moving on from that, Man City, as I said, confirmed Premier League champions. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to Baldiola and everyone else. We played them at the weekend. I'm sure if Pep had some more hair, he'd be tearing that out too. What happened in that game?
Ben Mendy is probably the reason that, I mean, he's not the reason he's bald, but he's got to be one of the reasons why Pep has to stress and overthink things at times. Honestly, what an awful player! The way Reece James tore him to shreds, absolute. It's almost like a demolition. How bad he was bullied on that. On our right hand side. We weren't the best in the first half. They went 1-0 up after Christensen made a mistake and then got injured, which was unfortunate for him. Then they got a penalty given, which I think was really soft. Anthony Taylor, the dickhead himself, playing against us. But thankfully, Aguero wants to play for us, so he missed the penalty and tried to dink it down the middle.
Agent Aguero, Agent Aguero.
Yeah, exactly. Agent Aguero, yeah.
Agent Aguero. Alex, talk us through that first half for Chelsea.
Yeah, I think someone said this a couple of days ago. Like, I think they also said on the BT and stuff, like, I think both teams just looked a bit tired, and I think there was a lot of changes. And when you change a lot in the teams, the performance levels goes down. So both teams, and also Man City's change of formation and Chelsea's kind of reshuffling and stuff, they kind of have the effect on the game in a way. I think just until when the goals started coming, then kind of the game kind of changed in a way. But I think Chelsea's first half it was good, but it just wasn't to the standards that we've been playing at. And I think also the players came out after the game, like Thomas Tuchel wasn't too happy. And actually we did come out and actually we injected more energy and played better. I think that in that first half, I think it was just, we could have lost that game, in 2 minutes. We could have lost the game in 2 minutes of the game. And Christensen went on the mistake. So, yeah, but look, the way that sometimes the best teams are always the teams that also win by luck, And sometimes in football, you do need a bit of luck.
Sure, that's true.
So, and we were lucky on the day, but you know what I mean? Like, but we haven't had a game like this in a very long time where we kind of things that went our way, but like in a way where actually it was kind of a roller coaster kind of game. First half is a very different half from the second half.
True. I mean, you say things went our way. They got a penalty, so if they score, then the game's over, isn't it? So
yeah, just things kind of went away. They could have look. I think that penalty, if VAR said Anthony Taylor, what's the guy's name? What's the bald guy's name? Anthony Taylor, isn't he?
Yeah.
If they told him, hey, go and have a look at the screen, he would have given a penalty, right? But VAR knew that Anthony Taylor hates Chelsea, see, so they just felt a bit sorry. Man. They just thought, come on, let's just get Chelsea top four, just get them top four, and because they knew that Anthony Taylor, was going to give the penalty. So because I knew it that if he was gonna go check the screen, he would give it. I just knew it. So that was the only thing I was worried about. But yeah.
Yes, top four is over for West Ham. Speaking of West Ham, did anyone watch their game at the weekend?
I didn't, but I heard it was very boring. I heard it was Everton sitting back, West Ham having a lot of chances, a lot of the ball, and then Calvert-Lewin popping out of nowhere with a goal. So
I watched the game. I think actually Ancelotti did one over David Moyes in a way that I think he played David Moyes at his own game in a way. He played a different style team where they have more of like kind of that air threat from Everton. Yeah, the game it just shows still like West Ham. The only tactic they did is just bloody cross the ball. That's all they do. That's literally all they do. I watched the game. They had no creativity. Like I think West Ham have just had like an overachieving season. Like, look, yeah, I'll give credit to them, but still, man, like, I look at some of the way they play football sometimes. It's like even the defending, like they have Dawson. Like, yeah, Dawson. The only reason Dawson's in that team is because he's scoring headers from corners and he's good from corners. That's the only reason why he's there, man. Like, it's just the most shocking football. Like, yeah, they score on a counter, brilliant, but like yesterday, like they were just, yeah, I don't know, man. Just I think West Ham, like, could they still make top 4? Yes, because they have easy fixtures, but like Jesus, like sometimes some of that football yesterday was just like the most basic thing. Like they're just pop. Everton were clever, they didn't really have to go and get the second goal, so they just kind of defended them and got the result.
Yeah, and it's all about at this late stages. It's all about doing everything that you can to just try and get over that line.
Yeah.
Speaking of teams that just couldn't do enough to get over that line, Arsenal, West Brom.
Yeah, I mean, finally Arsenal won a game convincingly. Well, it wasn't even convincingly, really. West Brom did have chances. Yeah, West Brom went down, thank God. That awful, awful team that I hate with a passion went down. Willian scored a lovely free kick. Pepe scored a wonderful goal, and Emil Midro actually finally scored as well. So that's good for him, I guess. That'll probably be one of the only goals he scores in the Premier League. But Matheus Pereira also have a very, very good goal. I'll be surprised if he doesn't get a move to the Premier League next year. And overall, it was just a comfortable win. Again, not comfortable actually, just a routine win for Arsenal against West Brom.
You don't like West Brom?
No, I don't. Can't stand them because they beat us 5-2 and we drew 3 all to them.
Yeah, they were a bogey team this season, man. They were just a bogey team this season.
They're like Bournemouth. I hate bloody Bournemouth. I hate Bournemouth.
Yeah, that game was just a bit of just yeah.
You hate Bournemouth because they beat us 6-2 and
4-0.
Or 4-0, and then that's the game that people turn on Sarri. Well, is that why you hate Bournemouth?
Not just that, they beat us under Mourinho as well, 1-0 at Stamford Bridge. They beat us under Lampard 1-0 at the Bridge. They beat us 4-0 under Sarri. Did they beat us under Conte as well? Or I
don't remember.
Thinking wrong. Just a pain. Oh, and they beat us. Did they beat us against? No, we drew to them 2-2. I think actually at the Vitality as well. That was shocking.
Bournemouth are probably going to be back in the Premier League. So.
I hope Barnsley go up. That would be an easy 6 points each season.
Barnsley, yeah. You know the thing is talking about Championship. I think there's 2 really good, strong teams that come up. Next season.
What?
For relegation.
What, Norwich?
Norwich are a good team, I think. Yeah, but the thing is, I think they're probably an improved team from the previous stage when in the Premier League, and same as Watford, I think. But they're 2 strong Premier League teams. It's not like a new team that hasn't been in the Premier League for a very long time. They were both in the Premier League that 2 years ago. So I think it's going to be interesting next season who's going to kind of get relegated.
I hope Watford go back down after next year. I hope they do.
Yeah.
Such a boring club.
Speaking of teams that are, speaking of relegation, Fulham, Burnley. That in itself was a bit of a relegation, I guess, scrap. With Fulham trying to survive. Burnley won 2-0.
Yeah,
Thoughts,
Fulham
anyone?
are down now. Fulham are down. They're gone.
Yeah, they're down. Nothing much. I think that just shows the quality that you don't have to always play pretty football to stay up in the Premier League. You know what I mean? Like Burnley have done it, and and all credit goes to Sean Dyche. I think Sean Dyche he's been a great manager, man. I think if Sean Dyche leaves Burnley, I think then Burnley crumble. Because I think the most important human or a person in Burnley is the manager. If he leaves and goes to another club or something like that, I think the Burnley will go down. So all credit to them. And Fulham, man, Fulham are Fulham. Like they play pretty football, but you know, but that doesn't mean it's going to win you games and keep you in a division. So,
Do you think Scott Parker? I remember back in like November, December, I was saying about Scott Parker and how I think he's very good and I rate him.
Mm.
And people now are starting to rate him. Do you think, even though he got relegated, do you think Fulham should sack him?
no.
Fulham. I think today it's been said they won't sack him. They're going to stick with him because he's their best chance of getting them back up.
Yeah, and he knows Championship. You know, he's done it. You know, he did go up again, and I think also like I watched the game and I watched the interview he said after the game. You know, I think they're gonna have to like somehow find a better method and plan because obviously they went up in the Premier League, then they got relegated, and then they went back to the Championship, and then they got promoted and now relegated again. So it's kind of been up and down, up and down. So I think they're trying to look for a better plan, and I guess I think he said also like the main problems they've had this season was in the box, you know, defending and attacking in the box. Because I think if they were a more clinical team, they probably would have stayed up, and if they were just a bit less mistake prone in defense, they could have stayed up. So it was both. So the football in general was good, but it was only just the last two key parts of the game that kind of keeps you there, and that's why Burnley stayed up because Burnley get the basics right. You know, they get the most important things right.
You think? I mean, do you think Fulham could get raided their players? I mean, Ola Aina is a good fullback, and Arsenal have fullback problems. Spurs have fullback problems. Anguissa is really good in midfield. Again, Spurs have midfield problems. Arsenal have midfield problems. Everton themselves. Anthony Robinson is a good left back. Areola, I think he's going back on loan.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to get rated a bit?
They have like 7 players that came, I think, this season on loan. So they're gonna lose, you know, Lotus Cheek. They're gonna lose Madja.
Josh Madja, they're going to lose as well. One of their strikers. Same with Lookman.
They're gonna lose, yeah. Like maybe they might keep 1 or 2 of them. Who knows? But I think they're probably all gonna lose them, and who knows, man? Like, but like, yeah, no, it's true. That's a good point. You know, I think they're gonna lose quality. Even Anderson, the centre back, I think he's very underrated. I think I like him as a defender. He's not. I think he's just playing in the wrong team. You know, I think he's a good defender. He's probably gonna go back to Lyon because he plays for Lyon. So there's a lot of players there that are gonna. Yeah, Fulham are gonna have to somehow rebuild over the summer.
Yeah, but at least they'll have time in the Championship, and I beg that Fulham stick with him, and they build a project. Even if he doesn't come back up straight away, and it takes 2-3 seasons, that's a good thing because you need a team to be able to stay in the Premier League and be stable. Yeah. And having a knowledge and experience of I know what works and what doesn't in the Prem is very much a good thing. And I think Scott Parker is going to be a very good manager. I think currently, he's better than. I think he's better than Arteta and Lampard. Will they overtake him? Probably, but I think he could end up being something special for England if he's allowed to correctly build and he's not pushed into the England job. Or if this relegation means Daniel Levy is going to want him to go to Spurs, he shouldn't be pushed into any of these big jobs yet. He's not ready. Yeah,
no, it's true. Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. Who knows? Maybe imagine if he gets offered the Spurs job. Yeah, no, I think he's a good manager. You know, he's got the right attitude for it. I can see it. I think myself. So yeah, I think he'll be good. He's still young, you know. He's still a very young manager.
Yeah, very, very young. I think he could do. Maybe he could turn Fulham into what Eddie Howe did at Bournemouth, and like Son Dyche has done as Burnley. That long-term project where you build properly.
Yeah. Oh. Who was left? Crime, do you want to talk about like Do you want to talk about the Arsenal, like Chelsea Arsenal game coming up?
Yeah, we can do that because Arsenal, we know they won 3-1. Big up Prime, well, and Alec Lowell's not here, but yeah. Gunwood with 7 goals in the league this season. No teenager in the Premier League has outscored him this season. What a player. True. Both sides had chances, even game, close game, that one. But yeah, I'm a Chelsea fan. You're a Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
Got Chelsea v Arsenal at Stamford Bridge tomorrow, but since there's no fans anyway, it doesn't matter where you play, I guess. How are you feeling going into this?
I'm confident, man. I just want to slap Arsenal. I just want to put them in their place. I just want to slap them. I wish we could beat them 6-0 again, man. Like we did a couple of years ago, man. I just want revenge. I just want revenge. I want these players to really. I want to show these Arsenal fans how far they are from actually challenging and actually being where they are, where they should be. Just play our strongest team, yeah, or play and really show who we are. Or we play a weakened team, still beat them, and to show that we played a weakened team and we still got to beat them and stuff. But I'm confident, man. Just in general, look, I don't know what it is with Arsenal and this juju Arsenal stuff, but look, Arsenal always show up against Chelsea. So I'm confident in the sense that we're playing well, and I'm confident Tuchel that he'll get the things right in the players. But Arsenal's still Arsenal, and I think there's no easy game in the Premier. So Arsenal's still going to be a challenge, but I'm confident that we will get the win. I just don't see us losing the game. I just don't see us losing. I'm that confident. Just the team morale, the way we beat City also, it's going to be skyrocketing. And Arsenal, what do they have? What do they have to play for? To be honest, like the 10th in the league, and there's nothing really for them to play for. I guess maybe Europa League football at least have a chance, but I don't know, man. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we win tomorrow. But I know people want to beat them because it's Arsenal and we lost 3-1. But I don't really care per se. I'm focused on the FA Cup final and the Champions League final. And I mean, Will and I were on Bits and Bob channel. We did a Chelsea preview for the game and stuff. Who would you play tomorrow? I mean, key positions, by the way. So Christensen's out.
Yeah.
Kovacic is still out. Would you risk Thiago Silva playing? Who of Kante or Jorginho plays what Gilmore? And who starts in goal, Mendy or Kepa? So those are, 3.
Look, I think it's easier to win the lottery than to predict Thomas Tuchel starting 11. I think it's a lot easier, man, because it's hard, man. Every time I try and predict it, he always comes out. Like, no, we didn't expect Gil to really play. We didn't expect Gil and Mount to have that game together. Like, he's going to go whatever. I think Zuma's going to come in. I think Zuma will play. Rudiger, maybe Aspie. Would I play Thiago Silva in this game? Like, I would kind of want to, just completely, just have Arsenal not, like, look at our team and think, geez, like, their team is strong. But at the same time, if I was smart, I think we don't need Thiago Silva in this game. Rest him for the Leicester game. Give him a good week off, He didn't play against... so then he's got a good week off and he could play against Leicester. I think we can beat Arsenal with Zuma in the team. Play Rudiger. I think Rudiger is important. Kepa in goal. No, give Mendy. At least he gets another clean sheet, At least maybe he could win the Golden Glove, Give Mendy another... Give Mendy another game. At least he can win the Golden Glove.
Wait. If a goalkeeper comes off the bench when the team's already... So if the team already has a clean sheet and they come off the bench for the last 5-10 minutes, does that count?
I don't know. I don't know, yeah. I don't think so. I think it has to be more than like 60 minutes maybe in a game or something like that. But I don't know. Who knows? And then I think Chilwell was going to come back in. I think Chilwell will play. Reece James or Aspie, depending on what happens. Maybe Callum right wing back. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it because I just want to go full out attack. I just want to go full out attack, man. I just think we can trust my defense, and I think Billy Gilmore will play again. I think Billy will come. I'll play Billy again and give a rest to maybe George. Play Billy Gilmore and Jorginho. Oh, I would love to have Kante in just to shut up all these Arsenal fans about how good Partey is and how good of a player he is. Just put Kante in midfield and you just show just how average their midfield is. And then up front, to be honest, I think Mount will come back. Havertz will play, I think. And then I guess Pulisic, I'll play. Maybe give Werner a rest. Give Werner a good rest. He's been playing quite a lot. But yeah, Brian? What would you do? What do you think?
I mean, goal. If Kepa's the cup goalkeeper, then he's the cup goalkeeper.
Yeah.
So Mendy starts. So it could be another clean sheet for him, which is good. I mean, if he wins so back 4 or back 3. Aspi, Zuma. The toss-up is Rudiger or Thiago Silva. Yeah, Thiago Silva needs a rest, but with Rudiger's injury on his face, the mask that he's wearing, do you risk him when we don't need to play him? No, so I'd probably play Thiago Silva.
This is still a big game, I think this is still yes, it's awesome, but this is still a big game. If you win this game, I think we've made top 4 because I think West Ham need to score 13 or 14 goals because they're 6 points behind us and. They need to score at least at least I don't know how many goals. They need to score a good 13 goals at least to get up hit their goal difference up in the last 2 games. And I don't see West Ham badly scoring 13 goals in 2 games. So if we win tomorrow, I think we've made top 4. So that game is still quite very important in the context of everything. So I think Rudiger will play. I think But no, continue. What were you saying?
The double pivot. I don't know. Should you give Gilmore the game? Because I think with Kovacic out, there needs to be a bit of rotation with Kante and Jorginho. If we play Jorginho with Gilmore and hopefully we get early lead, so 1-2-0 quickly.
Yeah.
Then bring Kante off just to kill off the game from there. That would work. Wing back. Alonso started against Man City. However, does Chilwell start in the FA Cup final? If so, Alonso plays again, but that's 2 games in the space of a few days for him.
But when did we play City? We played them on Saturday.
Yeah.
Wednesday. It's a 4-day rest. And I think, Thomas Tuchel, he always bangs on about players and how much players get rest, and it's a very important thing. When is the final? Is it Sunday or Saturday? Let me have a look. Because if the final is on Sunday, I think then he'll play Chilwell, because I think it's enough rest for Chilwell to also play in the final, because of a 4-day rest. Well, with training, but he'll have more of an extra day. Maybe, I don't know. Let me have a look.
Yeah, but Alonso, he could score. He could play in the FA Cup final because he pops up in big games. He scores in big games, and we could need that factor from him. So
it's on Saturday.
Again, I don't know.
Saturday, so.
Yeah, again, I don't know. I'm not complaining either way, so I don't really mind. But yeah, let's actually go Chilwell because of the pace Arsenal could have on the counter attack. Let's go Chilwell, right wing back. I would go Callum Hudson-Odoi, just because Reece James played at the weekend, and I'm assuming he's going to play in the final as well. So I would go Callum and give him more minutes. And the front 3 on corner on the column, we said, what was it, Mount, Havertz. We said Mount, Havertz, and they put Callum in the front 3. However, I would go Mount, Havertz, and Pulisic.
Yeah. I think Werner maybe play, but look, Arsenal's defense are quite slow. They're not the quickest, but it really depends how Arsenal are also going to set up. Depends, but look, man, I believe in Thomas Tuchel. Whoever we pick, it just seems that whoever we pick in our team, the performance levels are always very high. It's not like we need. It's not like we need like that. We need those specific players to play to have our best game. A lot of these players are stepping up. Even Ziyech and all the other players that we will put in a team, and the level of performances are always still very high. So I won't be bothered whoever he plays.
Yeah, true. And that's the good thing about the manager we have. The good thing about the squad that we have at our disposal, that we can interchange as much as possible and still play well, still be competitive.
Yeah.
Um,
We also have a good record against Arsenal at home.
Yeah.
So.
Fun fact: the last time Chelsea lost against Arsenal was in 2011, the 2011-12 season.
Yeah, wow.
And if you've been seeing CFC Dubois' thread on Twitter, if we lose, it's coming home. What happened in 2012? Who won the league?
Yeah.
Man City. It's coming home.
It's coming home. Yeah, I know. I've heard so many of those stories. I think there's so many theories to why. No, I know, man. I know. But I think what would be your prediction? Like, what's your prediction for the game? Right.
Tomorrow. I don't know. The thing is, right? People say we don't score a lot of goals. However, I mean, that's a yes and a no. Like, I've seen us score 2 goals against Real Madrid and then 2 against Atletico Madrid. 2 goals against the big Atletico Madrid at that time was the best defense in Europe, or one of the best defenses in Europe, and we scored 2 against a Real Madrid team that we were already through anyway on aggregate or on away goals, and they had Sergio Ramos playing at the back and Thibaut Courtois. So, can we score at least 2 against Arsenal? Yes. Can we score more than 2? Based on our finishing, you would say no. However, it is Arsenal, and once we score 1 early, they could crumble apart and it could go to a 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. Okay, let's play it safe and say 2-0.
Yeah,
or maybe 3-1.
I just, I hope because the thing is, besides that Crystal Palace game where we were just so good, like every chance we got, we scored. I hope this is the game where like we're just clinical. That's Timo Werner, or anyone, Havertz or Mount or Pulisic, just like are clinical. Every chance we have, we just score. Right? If we do that, then we win this game 100%, like easy, simple stuff. And no, I'm excited for the FA Cup final, and I have in the back of my mind the Champions League and everything, but it's just like this Arsenal game is like still, it's a big game because there's so much to play for. You know what I mean? People just we need to put Arsenal back where they are. We need to put them back and show who Chelsea is. And I think a lot of players, want to redeem themselves from that game they lost against 3-1 against Arsenal.
True. However, we don't want to. Here's the thing. You know how the Arsenal game was it was the game that got Lampard sacked?
Yeah.
And what brought us back? I don't want the same thing to happen. So if it's 1-0, 2-0, that's enough. I don't want Arteta getting sacked and then possibly getting a good manager and then coming back. So
let's lose. Let's lose on purpose. Yeah.
On purpose, yes.
So then Arteta still has a job. Because the thing is, I think if we lose against Arsenal, I think we'll still make top 4 because I think we can beat Villa and we can still beat Leicester. So just give the game to Arsenal so Arteta can still stay for 1 more year.
Yeah.
So
hey,
they can
it stays for another year. Why not? I mean, they get the win over us. Maybe it pushes them into the Conference League for next season. You never know. You never know. But speaking of the Conference League, obviously the game Leicester won 2-1, which means Leicester are basically confirmed for top four. United are confirmed for top four. It looks like Chelsea are confirmed, even though it may not all be mathematically. Liverpool looks like they cannot get top four this season. They could be playing Europa, if not even Conference League.
Yeah.
And they won 2-0 at the weekend against Southampton. What are your thoughts, Alex, on that game? And the whole situation with Liverpool?
The Liverpool game against Southampton, they got lucky, man. They're still old. Liverpool, like, I watched the game. If Southampton were a bit more clinical, man, they could have scored 2-3 goals. Alisson's, he made 2 good saves, but still dodgy passing from him. You know, like square pegs on his feet. Like literally, like this guy can't even pass the ball. And yeah, it was just good quality in the end for Liverpool just to get those 2 goals. But even Thiago's shot was deflected. Like, you know what I mean? It's just they were playing, but it's just like this bounce that they think that Liverpool just won a game against Southampton where they should be winning the game, and they come out and say, "Oh, top 4's back on." Relax, you beat Southampton. Southampton's not a big team, and also Southampton were playing like left wingers up front. The whole team was like full of youngsters. Like literally, the team was changing the bench so weak. So, Liverpool, man, Liverpool's have a chance because I think Liverpool, if they beat Man United, I think they have a chance. If they lose against Man United on Thursday, I think they're out of it because they're on 34. I'm having a look at the table now. So they're on 34 games played, 57 points. And then West Ham obviously in front of them on 58, but have played 35 games. So actually Liverpool, if they win the remaining game, they would actually go in front of West Ham and would go 4 points behind us. So look, it's still possible for any team, really, because I think Leicester winning today, it's massive for Leicester. I think Leicester winning today I think Leicester only need 4 more points. Leicester only need 4 more points just to get top 4.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, there's 2 games left for Leicester.
Yeah.
They're on 66 points. We're on 64.
Yeah.
And we're a game in hand, which is tomorrow. So assuming we win tomorrow, we are 3rd again. Leicester are 4th. So Leicester on 66. West Ham are 5th on 58. So top 4 is confirmed. Yeah.
We would go tomorrow. We would go 10 points ahead of Liverpool if we win, and 9 points against West Ham. So I think it's pressure for Liverpool also, man. Like Man United are gonna want to win that game. You know what I mean? It's a Liverpool, and if they lose that game, you know, Liverpool, I think they're out. Like they won't get top 4. They have to beat Man United. They have to win.
I think top 4 is done.
Is it? I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I think because West Ham are on 5th on 58 points. We're on 64. Leicester on 66. Let's assume we win tomorrow. That puts us on 67 points. No one makes that gap. And even if we lose tomorrow, right? 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. That means West Ham have to win their remaining.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no.
West Ham have to win their remaining. That if we lose our next game, right? That means 2 games left for us. West Ham have to win their remaining games, and we have to not win our remaining games essentially to not make top 4, and that's not going to happen. So it's done.
No,
you know what?
I think Chelsea have made it. I think Chelsea would make it, but but look, it's still possible. That's what I'm trying to say. It's still mathematically possible for Liverpool to get still to get top 4. Because
you know what's interesting? Arsenal could finish. Liverpool have 34 games. Arsenal have 35. Oh, Liverpool have a game and extra games in hand. That's not won't happen. But
same as Everton.
Everton are on 55. What is it? 3 points away, or what? 2 points away? They could finish above. They could actually finish above Liverpool. Spurs could finish above Liverpool.
I know. So I know. That's what I'm saying. The thing is, Liverpool don't have the hardest fixtures though. But look, Liverpool have struggled against those type of teams, so it's going to be interesting to see because I think Liverpool are going to play West Brom next week. West Brom are relegated, but I think West Brom would want to like finish the season on a high, so that's still going to be a tough game. And we play Leicester, and yeah, it's like and West Ham playing Brighton, so it really just depends on how it's going to go. And on the final day, Liverpool play Crystal Palace, West Ham play Southampton, Man U play Wolves, and we play at Villa. And I guess the biggest game is Leicester versus Spurs. Because the thing is, imagine if Leicester lose the next 2 games. Wait, let me have a look. Wait, we're prolonging this, but I want to make sure. Wait, so if Leicester lose the next 2 games, and Leicester, let me have a look. If Liverpool win tomorrow, they go 6 points behind Leicester, right? Oh yeah. So basically, So basically, if Liverpool win tomorrow, they go 6 points behind Leicester, and with 2 games to go. Oh no, Leicester have 2 games ahead of Liverpool. So look, man, I think Liverpool still have a chance, but do I think they're going to get it? I don't think they're going to get it. I think it's going to be either West Ham, Leicester, or Chelsea that gets it.
I think.
Like, well, who do you think is going to get it? So do you think Chelsea's going to get it? So who do you think go
Leicester? Leicester is already. I think it's done. Yeah, Leicester are not going to bottle it from here. It's done, in my opinion. West Ham have to win the remaining games as well. I don't think West Ham are going to. I don't think Leicester are not going to lose their last 2 games, or at least lose them to a point where they'll be out of top 4. I think even if they finish 4th and it's on 1 or 2 points, it doesn't matter. I think it's still done.
I think Leicester only need 1 more point because they won today, so they only need. So they either need a draw against us or a draw against West Ham. But imagine, I think if West Ham win tomorrow, they go on 61 points. So they'll be they go on 61 points. So they'll be 5 behind Leicester. So they could still possibly do it, but who knows? But yeah, I think Leicester and Chelsea probably have made it.
Yeah, I mean, which is good, and I'm looking forward to it. I mean,
yeah.
Can you think before the season started? I predicted Leicester to finish 9th because I thought the league would be all so close for the running for top.
Yeah.
For top 6, and because everyone is so close to each other, the knock-on effect would mean they'd finish 9th. But the points-wise, it would still be close to 4th and 6th. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm actually happy for them because I like Brendan Rodgers. I think he is. Yeah. I think he's a good coach. He's not world class or anything, but that's fine. It's not a problem. I think he's very good at what he does. Leicester secured it. They're in a cup final as well. So, I mean, if they beat us, top 4 and an FA Cup is a very good season for them.
No, that's true.
So, so I think that's good for them. Nacho has kicked into form the last few months, which probably is a good thing because when you think about how old Vardy is and how many seasons he has left in him, it's a thing of it's about time because they need a replacement for him eventually.
Yeah. And, talking about Iheanacho, I think if it wasn't for Iheanacho's form, Leicester would have lost a lot of points. Because, I think Vardy's form in the last kind of 5 or 6 games has been quite poor. So, Iheanacho, the thing is with Leicester this season, the reason why they're in the top 4, they've had quite a bit of injuries, but they've had players who maybe weren't always in the start 11 who have stepped up, like Fofana has come in, even Evans, he's going to be an addition. They've had players this season where they've kind of been able to come in a team and actually perform, right? Even if they weren't the main starting players. And even Iheanacho, if it wasn't for all of his goals he scored in the last 5 or 6 games, I think Leicester would have at least be out of the top 4. I think they would have been.
Yeah.
I think it's been
Confirmed, yeah, but they're not, and it's a good thing. I mean, when you look at the rest of the table, Sheffield, they've been relegated for time anyway. 17 points. Is that worse than Derby's?
Derby got 14, I think. I think they got 14.
Oh, okay, well, it's just
Yeah,
about
but it's
better.
not the worst. I think Sheffield United is the worst goal scoring team across Europe, like across the 5 leagues of Europe, like any team in Europe. They've only scored. I think they only had scored 10 goals.
Hmm.
I think. So yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, yeah.
West Brom are on 26 points,
Yeah,
and they're relegated, confirmed. I mean, that's Allardyce couldn't keep them up first time, but
yeah,
that West Brom team is not that good.
yeah.
And Fulham as well, they're essentially relegated.
No, they relegated last night. Yeah, no, they've gone down.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, to think Ethan Lampard, Conor Gallagher, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Do you think they're going to come back to Chelsea? Do you think they'll have an impact?
They will, but to think that they're going to be getting into the team, I don't know. The thing is, Loftus-Cheek, he's very inconsistent, and Conor Gallagher, is he good enough to get into a team? Like, I guess he'd be a good squad player to like develop in, but I don't know. Like, I've seen him play this season. He looks good, but I think it's hard to judge some of these players because I think they were still playing in a very average kind of side, not a very high standard. So it'd be interesting if they come and play in a team of a higher kind of standard and a higher level of performance to see if they can kind of match that. And Ampadu, I kind of feel sorry for Ampadu. I think it's going to be tough for him to get in the team because I think we're going to go for a centre back. You know, I heard rumours today that maybe Thomas Tuchel is wanting to bring Marquinhos at Chelsea. So
that's going to cost a lot of money. I mean, it would help. Yeah. It would help the centre back and DM issue. So if we sign big on him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think, look, if Chelsea really want to go out there, look, I think PSG, obviously, I think they're not going to sell him, but if PSG, like, look, money talks, and, you know, he's at a good age, you know, he's 26. Like, it's mad. It's crazy to think he's only 26, Marquinhos. Mm. So, if we can get him, you know, he can play CDM, he can have that kind of CDM role. He's good on the ball, and he's a brilliant centre-back. He's a really good centre-back, and if he can sign him up, I think, and if we sign him and we get a striker or some kind of an attacking forward, then I think we have any chance of winning the Premier League because he's that kind of core of the team, and especially with Thomas Tuchel on the team, you know.
Do you think it's? I mean, well, a lot of money, but do you think? If we don't sign a striker, because my thing is a lot of big money signings. It's sometimes we don't need to necessarily force things. Like if we sign Marquinhos, so he covers centre back and DM. If we can't sign a striker, would you rather sign another forward? So like Sancho or Neto or someone like that in that sort of.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. You know, it's going to be hard to get. Look, it's going to be hard to get a Lukaku because I think Lukaku just won a Serie A. Like, why would he want to come? You know, if you know what I'm saying. Like, he's just won the title, Scudetto. Haaland, who knows? Dortmund must still have a chance to get a top 4. Haaland, who knows if he's going to come? He's going to be expensive, and Kane is not like my preferred choice would be Kane, but is he going to come to Chelsea? I don't know. So it's going to be hard. Yeah, and I think Chelsea. Like Thomas Tuchel hasn't come out obviously said anything about what he wants to do, but I think if we brought a Sancho, you know, I think that's what they might do. You know, they might still play the way they've been playing, where we would have Werner as still at the striker, and have more of our wingers be the more creative and the goal scoring threat. And look, Havertz has been good, and Werner hasn't been bad. The thing is, we've been scoring goals, and creative, and people keep banging on about Chelsea don't have enough creativity in the team. Since Thomas Tuchel's come in, and even when before Thomas Tuchel was here with Lampard, this season we're second from the start of the season for the most creative chances, right? But our conversion rate, I think, was like 9%. It was like horrible conversion rate. So the only problem is that we've been struggling to score goals. It's not we haven't been struggling to actually create chances, clear-cut chances. So I guess we just need a goal scorer. We just need a goal scorer machine. If we had Kane in our team, we would win the Champions League, no doubt, because the way that we play football in transitions from the center the centre back to the midfield to attack, the only missing key is that we're just not having that clinical striker, and I think Harry Kane would be that perfect fit for us. He would be a perfect fit for us because also Harry Kane, he's developed his game. He's not just a goal scorer; he's a creative player. Also, he gets so many assists. He got so many assists this season, and if we can get something like that, then I think it will happen. But if it doesn't, I hope we don't go this whole summer trying to buy a striker, right, for 3 months and then end up reaching the point where we've run out of time and we don't get anyone, you know? So I'd rather just, if you can get it done now and it's not working, move on. You know, don't waste time trying to get something that's quite hard to get and then end up running out of that you have nothing. Like, for example, if we try and pursue a striker and then Sancho goes to a Dortmund, goes to Bayern Munich, goes to Man United, goes to Liverpool, you know, like, let's focus on the things that we still need to focus on and don't waste too much time on one player, you know?
Yeah, I think. I mean, that's it. I mean, try again, get the priority we need. But if it's if it's a thing of, say, we want Marquinhos, but we can't get him, or we want Kane or we want Haaland, we can't get them. Don't result on backup players because they're not going to be of the same quality. I'd rather we wait a year to get what we need.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Because we saw, maybe it was a bit different because Lukaku went to Man United, but waiting too long or stalling on deals, look how much it's hurt us in the past. Same with, we wanted Alisson, but because we were kept stalling on that deal, Liverpool bought him and we had to rush and buy Kepa. We've done it so many times before in the past. We wanted Alexandro, but we kept stalling and haggling on the deal. And we had to buy Marcus Alonso. We've done it too much, and it's quite frustrating when it's quite obvious. Yeah. And we could end up doing, this is something I'm worried about. We could end up doing that this summer. Then all of a sudden it's a thing of we buy stopgaps again and the team doesn't perform as well as we all expect. And then Tuchel gets the sack because our fans all of a sudden are complaining because we're not challenging or we're not winning a league when we don't have the right players to do it.
I just hope, at least you just hope we have a good summer this year, because I think Tuchel is something special, man. He is a special guy. I think he's just a smart guy. He's a tactician. You can tell, like, I think I saw it last night on Monday Night Football. Like, I think Jeremy Carragher was showing how we've been defending and how he's changed our team. He's a clever guy, man. If you give him what he needs, and it's not just me saying it because Chelsea have been playing well. Like, you can tell, you know what I mean? You can tell the tactics and the way that he approaches things. And I think Thomas Tuchel, if we get because it's all about transfers in the summer, right? It's all about, if you have a good transfers and you have a good transfer summer, you always can go and win things, right? It's all about getting the right players in. And if we do that, then I think, you know, Thomas Tuchel could still have an effect, right? How Klopp had on Liverpool during those, maybe not now, but like during those first couple of years that Klopp had at Liverpool, especially the last 2 previous years. You know, he's had a huge effect on the club and the team. And I think Thomas Tuchel might do the same. Like, I think he will have that huge effect on the team, the team's morale and the team's performances. And if we can, you know, improve because I wouldn't even want to get backups, improve the team, go and get players that are going to elevate this team even further, right? Get a player like maybe a Sancho. Go and get a Sancho. People are saying, "Oh, we have enough wingers. We only have 3 wingers." People are worried. Oh, Kamla Hudson-Odoi is not going to get time to play if Sancho comes. I don't care. Go and get Sancho. Make this team more competitive, and maybe who knows? Kamla Hudson-Odoi might think, "Oh, crap. I need to up my performance levels to go and get into this team," and I think it's going to be important. And even Mount. Look at Mount. Havertz came in, and people thought, "Oh, Mount is going to not get as many minutes," but Mount is an integral part of a squad, and Tuchel loves him. He's been playing in the biggest games, and he's stepped up and he's improved this season. He's growing. So it's Chelsea at the moment where they're going ahead. It's a vital part to the Chelsea need to go right this summer, because if they don't get it right, it's gonna, as you said before, it's gonna be a stopgap to Chelsea, and I just don't want to see Tuchel get sacked. I said this a lot a couple of weeks ago. I kind of wish that Tuchel came in 2 years, right? I wish Tuchel came in 2 years' time, because I think Chelsea, in the way that the team is, they're good, but they're not ready yet to go and really win that Premier League title. I think they still need it. They're still enough. And we need like an extra 2 years, right, to really develop the squad and try and find a core of a team to go and win a title. But look, man.
For me, it's a bit weird. Okay, for example, remember when we won the Champions League in 2012? Yeah.
Yeah.
Di Matteo, vastly inexperienced, and I'm not going to disrespect going to Barcelona, a man down, and stuff like that. Yeah, but we saw the following season when we brought in a few younger players, Hazard and Oscar and Mata and stuff. We saw it just wasn't necessarily working, because in the long run, he's clearly not he's not the guy. He's good, but he's just not it.
Yeah.
Which is fair. But the reason why we got through, I'm not saying he didn't pull off tactical brilliance, he did, but we had such experience and leaders in that team that it helped carry us over that line as well. Well, Lampard last season and even midway this season, Lampard he's good, but he's still learning and growing. When you also have a young squad, Werner, Havertz, Pulisic, Shaw, Reece James, Mount, Tammy, Kurt Zuma, because he's been injured for about 2 years, he's lost experience and development. Tomori was sent out on loan, but you have such young players. Mendy's not experienced either, even though he's 28 or 29. You have such young and inexperienced players and not much experience in the squad. I mean, we only bought Thiago Silva this season. We had Azpilicueta, Giroud, Jorginho, Kovacic. Not much experience in this team. That it's hard for them to bail out the manager in tough games. Like we saw, Mount kept trying and pressing and playing, and as much as these players were playing for him, maybe some didn't play for Lampard at the end, but as much as these players were playing for him in big games, or just in games in general when things are going bad, you don't have that experience to go up to bail you out, because as much as you're inexperienced as a manager, you also have a young, inexperienced squad. Now with Tuchel, look at the way we played against Atletico Madrid both legs, Real Madrid both legs, the way we handle ourselves. Man City just at the weekend gone. Man City in the semi-final of the FA Cup. In these big games, and this squad has the quality, by the way, but in these big games, when you have inexperience amongst your players, tactical brilliance, and you need your manager to instill the confidence amongst your players until in 2-3 years' time, when they already have developed that experience, where they can say Lampard can come in when he's not that experienced, and they can say, we can get you over that line in these big games. We know what to do in these big games. Now goes minutes now at Bayern Munich. He's not experienced in getting over that line and winning, but because it's Bayern Munich, he has time to grow and learn, and he has the experience of Lewandowski, of Muller, so many players in that team that they will get him over that line.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it's all about, and that's what's needed. When Jose Mourinho first came, we had so many young players, and yes, now they're legends, but the mentality he first instilled into that team, that is what brought us forward for over a decade.
Yeah.
And I think Tuchel is going to bring something like that now that can take us over the line for over a decade. So
Yeah, no,
hopefully
100%.
Lampard comes back.
Yeah.
And when Lampard comes back and he's ready, we've got the mentality and the experience in the team, and Lampard has his own experience himself that we can go on and grow. But I think people saying Lampard was going to be the guy, maybe, but at a team like Chelsea, you don't get that time. Maybe at Spurs or at Arsenal, you can get time, but you don't get that time here, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I think also Lampard had a bigger job. You know, he had a team that was younger players, and obviously, if he came to a team where it was all experienced players and everything, maybe it could have been different. Maybe he might have kept his job. Who knows? But look, that just outlines of what a brilliant job Tuchel has done. You know, he came to a team where yes, there is some experienced players, but the balance still isn't, you know, the perfect one. There still isn't a perfect balance, you know, in the squad from experienced younger players coming through. So Tuchel's just done an incredible job, you know. And look, now, you know, we're gonna play Leicester in a final, and I just hope that he wins that trophy. You know, I really hope he wins that trophy for the morale of the team. You know, this is good, and you know, it's a bit. I think, especially Chelsea. You know, I think that we're going through a new generation now, right? We've left that kind of other generation. We're going through a new Chelsea, a new way of playing, maybe a new model, maybe, and also new players. And I think this is kind of the next this is going to build. This is what you just said before. It's going to be a build up for the next 10 years. So and kind of I hope that these young players will win trophies, because I think yes, people praise the likes of Mount and these other young players, but until they don't win a trophy, they won't get and as much of an appreciation. And this might be the same kind of comparison to when Mourinho first came in and won that Capital One Cup, the cup, not the FA Cup, but just won a cup in the first season. And then obviously after that they went and won Premier League titles. So it's kind of, you need that one piece of success, no matter what it is, to really then elevate the team to go and win more things. And
exactly,
so,
and that's what that could have had. I didn't want Lampard from the beginning, but I still backed it, because it's like, I'm not like, I don't go against any manager that comes at Chelsea really until, even against my better judgment of saying I don't think they're good enough, until, you know, they've been given at least a bit of time.
yeah.
So I'm not being like hypocritical or whatever. And that's why I was, you know, the cup final. If we had won that, maybe that would have helped. Maybe that would have given these players, because I think what Tuchel's done, he's just given them the confidence to show that you can play up against the best. Maybe winning something gives you that confidence because you have the ability anyway. And that's what Mourinho did. Hopefully this winning the FA Cup helps us for the final, the Champions League final, because City haven't played their club hasn't played in the Champions League final. Pep hasn't played in over a decade. So if we have a little something over them, which is these players aren't scared, maybe that helps. But we've already beaten them twice already, so
it's going to be a very mental game, and and winning the FA Cup first, it's going to be super important. And look, man, geez, what I think even Gary Neville said it on last night on TV. You know, I think if Thomas Tuchel wins the Champions League and the FA Cup, I think he'd be manager of the season, even if he came at the end of January. You know what I mean? Like, it's just it's mental. It's crazy to think of how he's been able to make these players change the way to play, and the tactical inept that he's brought to Chelsea. When there's games every 3 days, you know, there's games every 3 days. It's not like been a season where you have a week off every now and then. You know, it's been every game, constant in a game. How are you meant to, you know, drill these players to improve and change the style and stuff? And Chelsea have just completely done that, and it's crazy. And it's exciting, man, because this summer, like, yes, the Euros are gonna come on, but like, I'm excited because I think Thomas Tuchel, he's a smart guy, and I think he knows what he would want as players to bring to Chelsea. And I just hope that they just listen to Tuchel, right? And I hope they can look. I think if Tuchel wins the Champions League and the FA Cup, Abramovich is going to be, yo, what do you want? What do you want? I'll get it for you. You know what I mean?
I mean, apparently there's rumors for a new contract, but don't.
Yeah.
That sort of thing, that doesn't need to be done to distract the squad. Just focus, get over the line.
Yeah.
The thing is, and here's why I implore Chelsea fans, like, say we don't get top four, we lose the FA Cup final, we lose the Champions League final.
Yeah.
That's not a reason to turn against Tuchel. You still need to back him, because that just proves that as much as great of a manager that he is, these players that we keep saying we talk about question marks over Christensen and Rudiger and Zuma and Ziyech. These players we say aren't good enough. They're clearly not good enough. We need improvement. Werner can't score goals. We need a striker. This is not an excuse to sack him and say we should have kept Lampard. No, Lampard had to go. We need to keep Tuchel, but we need better players.
Yeah, I agree. And if we win those trophies, don't just think, because we won, our team is good enough, right? So we don't have to go and get players. No, go and improve it, right? Because it's one thing winning a trophy and then thinking, like, let's not be a Liverpool who have been winning trophies the last 2 years but have bought no players, right? They've literally they went and won stuff, but they never really kind of improved their team to an extent. Chelsea need to do that, because I think the expectations, it's going to be more pressure if let's say Tuchel wins these trophies. Obviously, there's going to be more pressure from next season to perform, right? Because he's had such a good phase since January. So go and get better players. Go and improve the team. Is our defense good at the moment? Yes, but does it need more addition? Does it need to even elevate even more the team? Yes, because Man United are going to improve. They're going to go and get more players. Man City are definitely going to go and get players. Liverpool. No matter how Liverpool have been bad this season, Van Dijk and Gomez are probably going to come back. Who knows if they're going to be the same players because of their injuries? But they're going to improve. Tottenham are going to improve. They might get one. So we still need to grow. We always need to grow. Even Leicester, like West Ham, like trust me, there's a lot of teams.
But even with that, say we get Marquinhos and we get King. And we get Declan next season. That is not we shouldn't complain, because we're still up against this Man City team that's won. Is it? They won it twice, lost. They've won four of the last, 3 of the last 4 league titles. He's won 3 titles in 5 years since he's been here. That's not. Pep is meant to be one of the greatest managers of all time. So if we lose the league title to them by 4 points, by 5 points, that is not a reason to turn against him.
No, totally.
And I don't trust. I know what Chelsea fans are like. I know they're going to turn against Tuchel when we go through a bad patch. But yeah, Pep lost 4-0 to Everton, and I think like 2 or 3-0 to Spurs in the space of a week. And in his first season, he finished 3rd. And last season, he was abysmal. And yeah, half of the season, he was abysmal. And yeah, he didn't get sacked. And the thing is, I don't know if Romans has changed, because Mourinho, in his 3rd season, in his first spell here, he shouldn't have got sacked, because we could have built a dynasty with him. Ancelotti, he lost the league in his 2nd season. He shouldn't have got sacked, because we could have built something with him. When Mourinho came back, look, maybe in hindsight now, yes, you can say it's good that we sacked him, because it could have got worse with him. Look at how people are saying he's finished. But in that moment, should he have been sacked? No. Yes, hindsight probably should have been. But should you have sacked him? No. You build with Conte. Don't sack this guy. Build with him, because we can do something, especially when Pep leaves. Pep will leave in the next 2 seasons. We can build something serious. Man City are in shambles. Arsenal are in shambles. We can do something serious.
Yeah, I think in the next couple of years, I think it's going to be a Man United and Chelsea back to the kind of the back to the mid 2000s. in kind of between the time when it was Chelsea, Man United battling. I think Man United and Chelsea are going to be the next two teams to really go for it. But look, but the way Man City club is run, who knows? Like, let's say Pep wins Champions League, but is he going to stay at Man City? Like, is he going to stay another year? Like, he only signed a 2-year contract. Would he want to go face a new challenge? We don't know. I think he would definitely want to stay, but at the same time, or even Pep might want to think he wants to win a double, because he didn't. But I guess he won a double, but it's yeah. I just hope that Chelsea, get the opportunity and understand that this is a really good opportunity that Chelsea are in. Because to be honest, if we sack Thomas Tuchel, who else is there that's upcoming? A new manager who's upcoming, who not too much about him. Like, besides Tuchel, there isn't, because Nagelsmann gone to Bayern Munich. Pochettino's at PSG, but who knows? Pochettino's not really a winner. He hasn't won any trophies. Who else is there? Allegri. But Allegri, we don't know how he's pragmatic. Maybe pragmatic
people. Exactly, people don't like his football.
Yeah. So to be honest, there isn't many other managers out there who. Yeah. And I think we have hit the jackpot with Thomas Tuchel. I think we really have. Yeah. I think we really have.
And I do rate Ollie, and I think he will do well, but because the board won't back him properly, there'll always be that stumbling block. Now Guzman, maybe after 3 seasons, 4 with Bayern Munich, does he leave? Yes. But then he'll go because it's Real Madrid. Barcelona, he's probably going to go there. Poch, I think Poch will come. You know what's funny? It wouldn't surprise me if Poch gets sacked midway next season, and either he goes to Spurs or he goes to Man United, because I think Man United, I think he'll probably go to Spurs or Man United. If he goes back to Spurs, I think that's going to be one of the worst things to happen. Spurs. I don't know. No, because over the past, 3-4 years, how many times Kane has bailed them out of games?
Yeah.
Even this season, I can name. What's the last game they played? Was it Leeds? Kane hits a free kick. It hits off the crossbar? If that goes in, the game probably ends 2-2. The North London derby where they lost, was it 2-1? Yeah. Kane hits, I think, 2 free kicks in the last 5 minutes. Any one of them go in, it's a 2-2 draw. So. It's bad at Spurs. If he leaves, they're going to drop. And even with Son there, I rate Son, but it's all in purple patches. So it's like, we can do something special with Tuchel. We should have done something special with Mourinho. We should have done something special with Ancelotti. Don't ruin it a third time. And I don't trust. But I love Roman, but apparently doesn't trust him.
Man. But this is Chelsea, and
yeah.
And we do sack managers, and there hasn't since Mourinho the first time, we've been sacking managers every 18 months or so, and it's just look, if Thomas Tuchel continues to win trophies, right, I think Abramovich knows, I think he understands that. I think his level of expectations have lowered in a way where if we don't go and win a Premier League title every single season. Like for example, I think Abramovich's level of winning trophies when he sacked Ancelotti was a higher standards, right?
If we lose tomorrow, says Lambs, I swear.
If Thomas Tuchel keeps winning trophies, let's say this season he wins a trophy, then next season he'll win another one, and he just and those trophies are kind of a good block, a stop block to keep growing the team, and Abramovich doesn't sack him, then it's good. But it's just like, man, because I really think so. This is Chelsea's opportunity to do something. I think this is the best opportunity that Chelsea have.
But you say win again. Pep in his first season finished 3rd when people said he'd walk the league, but yet he needed time. Pep brought.
Yeah, he spent a lot of money. Yeah.
In a full-back in his first season, and in his second season he spent 150 mil just on fullbacks alone, and then he bought another goalkeeper. Like, again, if we finish 5th, and we don't win the FA Cup or Champions League, I'm still backing this guy. If we don't win the league next season as well, I'm still backing him. There's something there that can be built. But the thing is, our fans were willing to back Lampard, and like I was saying, like it got to a point. I think after we lost to Lampard, I was just like, look, if Roman is truly going to back this guy and back this project, then there's nothing I can say to complain about it. All I can say is Roman now has to back Lampard 100%. So if Lampard wants Declan Rice in January, go and get Declan Rice. Because if this is his system and this is how he wants to play, no one can complain. We need to back this guy. So, and I say the same thing with all managers at clubs, like Arteta at Arsenal. They're not going to sack him. So get on the board for next, you back him.
Yeah, no, totally.
Wanted it for a reason, right? So it's now down to the board to back the guy. And I'm the same now with Tuchel. It's down to our board and Roman to back him no matter what he wants. And even if Roman wants Haaland, but Tuchel doesn't want Haaland, and if Tuchel says, I believe in Werner, I don't need a striker, then we have to support that. Because I believe in this. We should believe in this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree, man. I think it's just, you just have to just take the opportunity as it comes. But that's what I would say about the whole discussion there.
Yeah, but let's an hour 21 minutes. Let's end the stream on this. Lambs, the last time we lost to Arsenal at home, we won the UEFA Champions League. All right, well, come on to Chelsea. Tomorrow should be an interesting game. Alex, can you tell us where we can find you?
It's just on my Twitter handle, just Alex Repetto 99. And also, yeah, I'm on different channels. I'm always Shatu, Cage, No Filter, First 11. Don't make sure to subscribe and smash the like button. And I'm also just on another Chelsea channel. It's called Baggy TV. Just hit 6K there, so it's going good. And just onwards and upwards for Chelsea, and hopefully we can win tomorrow.
Yes, and you can find my name's Prime. You can find me on. Oh my gosh! Did you see it? See the comment?
Yeah. No, I don't.
I won't bring
Hassan, I don't have OnlyFans, man.
He answered that very quickly. But anyway, you can find me on the Football Terrace. They're live. They're still live now, I think. Reviewing losing. You can catch me here on the First XI. On Saturday, a new show launched, Tweets of the Week. It was awesome, actually, very funny and
it was good.
Just chill. Did you like it?
It was good. Yeah, it was funny. Because sometimes you get like, yeah, that's good. It's different, you know. It's original, you know. It's quite nice.
Yeah. So any tweets that you think are funny or weird or outlandish or whatever, and you want us to react to and laugh at, send it to the First XI on Twitter, or you can send it to me on Twitter, or to Will, or to Indiana or Rachel, the Devil's Avocado, or even anything on Instagram that you think is funny. DM us. Will was here as well. You can catch Will here. You can catch him on KH No Filter. Almost a week ago. It's a great Chelsea channel. Really check it out. Will's on there. Kai, Marshall, Andrew, Slens. Check it out. It's brilliant. That's about it. I think at 10 I will be on Let's Talk Premier League with Niall and Andrew. We're previewing Chelsea's game tomorrow with Arsenal. So yeah. Bye everyone.